ball away.
As you can see, she doesn't have much of a defined preliminary movement because she goes almost directly into her backswing. She has a good base and positions herself under the ball, but doesn't flex both her shoulders to bring her arms up so that they are interior to the body.
In the backswing, she has a nice wide base of support which makes her very stable. Her torso is open to the ball and her eyes are looking directly at the ball as well. Her left arm is extended nicely above the height of her head, and her right arm is properly retracted, although her right elbow could be flexed a little bit more in order to get the full force that the summation of joint forces will produce when she contacts the ball.
During the force-producing movements, the internal force of the muscles pulling the left arm downward and the shoulder muscles pulling the right arm forward causes the right arm to accelerate forwards towards the ball. She transfers her momentum to her forward foot nicely. However, she doesn't bring her left arm down as much as she should. If she were to bring her left arm down more, it would accelerate her right arm forward with more velocity, which would allow her to hit the ball with a greater force.
At the critical instant, her form is relatively good, however a few changes should be made. The point at which she contacts the ball is at a good height, although it should take place a little bit more in front of the body. Her eyes are looking directly at the ball, and her weight is completely shifted forward onto her left foot, causing her right foot to be properly plantar flexed. Her torso is square to the target, and she is hitting the back of the ball, which will allow her to get a proper topspin. Her left arm is still too high, however, and therefore doesn't allow for her to be as effective as she would be if she drove her arm downwards.
She applied the summation of joint forces by finishing her arm swing with a snap of the wrist, which acts like the tip of a whip when it is cracked. It is the last and smallest joint used in the motion which allows for the maximum transfer of momentum. This produces a topspin on the ball, which is imperative when hitting a down ball. As mentioned in the previous phases, her left arm has not been propelled down as much as it should have been. Her eyes are still on the ball, and her right arm has followed through her swing directly down the side of her body.
The rookie has improper body positioning in the preliminary movements. She should have a wider base of support, and it should be staggered so that her left leg is in front. She brought both of her arms up in front of her, however neither of them got as high as they should have. However, her eyes are on the ball as they should be, and she has positioned herself underneath the ball.
The backswing was well performed. She stepped forward with her left foot, creating a wide base of support for more stability. Her right hand is above her right elbow, which is above her right shoulder. Her right shoulder is retracted well so that her hand and elbow are posterior to the body. Both her hands are pronated and her eyes are fixed on the ball. The only problem with her form is that her left arm is slightly abducted away from the midline of the body, causing it to be in a position lateral to the shoulder when it should be in line with it.
During the force-producing movement, she shifts her weight onto her left foot as she transfers her momentum forward. She twists her torso to square up to her target, and her elbow leads as she propels her arm forward to meet the ball. As her arm comes forward, she extends her right shoulder a little bit too much, and this prevents her from hitting the ball at its highest point. As a result of this, her contact point will be under the ball instead of behind it. Although her left arm is being driven downwards, it is being adducted rather than extended, resulting in the momentum produced by this movement to be transferred laterally across the body, forcing the right shoulder upwards rather than forwards.
At the critical instant, her weight has been completely shifted onto her left foot, and her right foot is plantar flexed. Her contact point is too low since her elbow is still flexed rather than extended, and she is contacting the ball too far in front of her body. You can see that her hand is making contact underneath the ball instead of behind it. This prevents her from achieving a proper topspin on the ball.
For the follow-through, she is standing completely upright when she should have a slight forward lean. Her right foot is still plantar flexed and her eyes are still on the ball. Her right wrist is in line with the rest of her arm when it should be flexed. Her right arm comes across her body, which reduces the control she has on the ball and the accuracy of her hit. The rookie's left arm is brought back up towards her chest, which doesn't contribute to the forward acceleration of her right arm. The lack of a wrist snap reduces the transfer of momentum from her arm to the ball since not all possible joints are used in the hitting motion.
Thank you for watching.
We hope you learned something about the downball.